Shalom to everyone. I'm going to come to you with another video today. I guess I'm going video crazy. But I was reading a comment today earlier. A brother sent me in reference to a dream that he had. I don't deal with dreams, but what I want to do is kind of like go into some of the information he was talking about. And I just took some of the buzzwords, what you would call, I seen the word Planet X, and I'm going to read through his comment again, but it kind of like gave me an idea to put out some more information. I was going to address this issue about these, what you would call people seeing these comments. Okay. Uh, he was going to Planet X and different planets, things of that nature. But what he said was very true. He said he think what people are seeing is, or what people are realizing that Christ is coming back. Okay. Now that made 100% sense. Like I said, I'm going to reread through his comment, but what I want to do is address the issue about these comments. Okay. First, you got Planet X, all right, which is nothing but a distraction. All right, Planet X, or interchangeable with Planet Nibiru or Nibiru, depends on how you want to say it. Who knows? All right, then you have Comet ISON or ISON. All right, you had a year or two ago Comet Elenin, and all these different various comments that they always come out to distract people, really to get them away from the Bible itself. But what you do is you kind of like dissect their information and you can go through it, which can be a little time consuming, but that's my directory towards ministry. I like to dissect and become like an anthropologist to what Satan likes to put out. Okay. Ignorantly, they could be just naming these comments certain things. Not, they can just, these people could be just under a spirit. Usually when you see certain words that they use, it's because of a spirit. All right. Now, ISON itself, all right, comment. Usually I look at the word, they use the word COMET. They really want you to COMMENT about the information. They want you to comment and acknowledge what they're dealing with, to distract you, to keep you away from the truth. All right. It's just pacification. All right. There's no such thing as planets. Let me just put that out there real quick. All right. Some very wise brothers put that information out. And I'm just going to give my 2 cents on it right now. Okay. If you go to the Greek, of the Hebrew and Greek Strong's Exhaustive Concordance, you're going to see Greek number 4107. And it says planetes, rover, planet, figuratively an erratic teacher, wandering. Okay, that's in Jude chapter 1. So it talks about the wandering stars. So the wandering stars want you to acknowledge them as the coded word planet. Planet is just another word for falling angel or falling stars. Okay, that's what they try to do to people. So knowing that information, like I said, you can decode Satan using the Hebrew and the Greek concordance. You can decode him. All right. Erratic teacher. How are they teaching this? They fall from heaven. Genesis chapter 6. When they fall, they possess man. Usually, like in Genesis 6, they slept with women. When they did this, they had a seed. This seed eventually was able during time to evolve. And see, that's their revolution theory of revolution and all that. They try to push that on everyone. No, that's their theory of revolution. They eventually evolved into looking like regular people, but they're nothing but hybrids. That's what David Icke calls them. Shapeshifters or draconians. Those are just the different names that the other people that really probably don't deal with the Bible much calls them. Okay. All right. So they do exist. They can shapeshift and all that mess. All right. That doesn't scare me. I don't care what they can do. When it comes down to the scriptures, they're nothing. They have to hide. Okay. And use people to do their dirty work, which I call ghouls. Ghouls. All right. So they hire ghouls. They set them up. They call them elites and all this, the illuminate ones. They set them up. They set up the media, which they are under control. They got their media under control. They use their harp system that they created, which is the I would say the knowledge that Azazel, the falling angel, gave man to have all this knowledge. The falling angels gave man this knowledge to be so technically inclined and, dealing with all the computers and knowing how to manipulate the weather and all that. So he set up HARP and the Blue Beam Project, okay, so you can see Mars, Pluto, and all these fake images that they have out in space to throw you off. So you believe, oh, look at that, oh, wow, yeah, look at that. There's nothing. Only thing up there is the stars and the moon and the sun. That's it. In this earth. That's it. Everything else is nothing but Project Bluebeam under HARP. They use HARP. They know how to make holographical images in the miraculous airs. Okay. All right. Now, let's get into this ISON thing, because I wanted to get into that actually on the biggest section of this video. Okay. ISON. Real funny, right? Satan. He got a bunch of garbage that he like to put out. All right. ISON. 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 Or if you scramble it around, you have Sion. SION, right? That don't mean too much to you right now. Let's see what it means. Now, give me a minute here. If you put in SION in the Hebrew, 7865 in your Strong's Hebrew Concordance. Because what they did is just scramble the words around, just like Santa is nothing but Satan scrambled around. Okay, they like to scramble stuff around to throw you off. Okay, Satan is a joke. He likes to play jokes on people. All right, 7865, Zion. 7863 goes with it, but we're dealing with 7865. Peak, the Mount of Mount Hermon. Summit of Mount Hermon, excuse me. Mount Hermon. Now we're getting somewhere, right? Now around that area you have the desert Dudael, and over there close to, you would say, Egypt and that vicinity, you have Pyramid Giza. So now we kind of like getting an understanding of this ISON or Zion that they will like to put up as an acronym. They're going to give you an acronym. Like NSA is nothing but now Satan's authority. USA, United States of America, yes, no, under Satan's authority, USA. Okay. They like I said, they give you an acronym knowing that the true word, the true syllables, or acronym that they're using is totally different than what they're giving you. That's what you got to understand. It's just it's a play on your mind and soul. Okay, so you have Zion, which is summit of Mount Hermon. So let's get into some information about Mount Hermon. All right. Wait a minute. It says Gilgamesh passes near Mount Hermon in the Epic of Gilgamesh, where it was called Saria by the Sumerians. Samaria and Laban trembled at the felling of the cedars in the book of Enoch. Mount Hermon is the place where the Grigori, or the Watchers, which is the falling angels, descended to earth. They swore upon the mount that that they would take wives among the daughters of men and take mutual imprecations for their sin. So there you understand. I just want to read a little snippet of it. You know the reason why the angels. So when they call it ISON, all they're doing is saying that angel is it's a falling angel, and usually they're going to fall. A lot of them do fall in Europe. Some of them do fall in Russia, things of that nature, because when when all these wars come to an apex, Satan is using that area in Europe, like in Rome and all those areas, as his seat for right now. At first he was in over there in Pergamos. He kind of like moved now close to the areas of the northern areas. That's why he says he's going to sit on the sides of the north. All right. So you have you would say Mount Hermon now, is in the vicinity of like Syria, Lebanon, and in the Middle East, in that area. So the falling angels, they deal with that. So that's what they're just telling you through that acronym, ISON, or you mix it around, it's Zion. Okay. Now there's another issue. They like to call this, space, like space rocks and things of that nature. With another part of this is they're looking for Christ, but they're not going to be able to find him. But they don't believe in the scriptures, so they believe that their technology can give them the eyes to look for Christ. But that's what they're really doing. It sounds like, no, that's not. Don't you getting far off? No, nah. They are looking for Christ. They know he's coming back. All right. You look at the Tower of Babel, how that tower was all the way up in the books. I mean, all the way up in the heavens, just about, and they were shooting towards God into the heavens. So what you think they're going to do today? And I be trying to tell people dealing with the 4th of July thing, all they're doing is provoking the Most High to war. Shooting, all the fireworks represent is war. And if you listen to it, that's what it sounds like. Pop, 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 pop. Even the drum rolls in your marching bands and all that, it sounds like gunshots. That's what it sounds like. That's what it represents, war. Okay? That's what Satan is based on. He's warring against mankind, but he's going to use ghouls. That's what I call them. Ghouls. Ghouls to run his project and his schemes. So in Mount Hermon is that area where usually the falling angels like to dwell in the Middle East. Okay, they fall in that area, knowing that their brother Azazel is in that vicinity in Desert Dudael in the bound in Pyramid Giza, or Sphinx. Okay, and they're looking for Christ. So they set up a grid in space under your NASA and NASA, whatever you want to call these people, and they think they're going to be able to recognize him when he come back. They're going to try to kill him. They're going to war against the Most High's Son. Yes, that's what they believe. All right. It sounds science fiction, but it's not. A lot of times, the things that they say that's science fiction is really truth. You got to understand that man can't do anything he hasn't seen before. Okay, we record with our eyes and we mimic what we see. All right, so if you see a movie like Clash of the Titans with a man's body with a man's face with a horse body and all that garbage. They mixing DNA. They was doing that. You read in the book of Jubilees, it'll tell you. They go into that information. Genesis 6 will tell you how they, well, the dinosaurs, you'll understand how they got here. Those are evil creatures that Satan created through his people, his falling angels. They created those beings. All right, but let me get into it real quick. Let me just show you in the Bible how they're going to fight against this rock. Now, see this rock that they give people, they say, well, we got space rock and space matter and all that. No, what it is these angels are falling, and the other rock that they're talking about is Christ himself. Like I said, they know he's coming back. All right, let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4. 1 Corinthians chapter 10, verse 4 says, and did all drink the same spiritual drink, for they drank of the spiritual rock that followed men, and that rock was Christ. So that's who they're going to try to fight against. They know he's going to come with straight vengeance for what he's done to his people, and those of his own fold he's going to destroy too. 2/3 of our people are going to die. All right, it's sad, but you know, it is what it is. And you know, he's coming straight with, he's not going to be dancing on no lilies, he's not going to be doing no cartwheels, no round offs, no backflips, no gymnastics at all. He's not picking flowers or none of that, as they try to portray the Christ in movies and all that. You know, just nah, he ain't gonna be doing this. If you hear there's gonna be other people saying and gnashing their teeth. He's gonna cut their heads off. Yes, they're gonna die. His garment is gonna look like he's been pressing grapes, but it's gonna be the blood of people. You see, they don't really want to teach that in the churches. It's going to be, Christ's going to come here. It's almost going to be something like the movie Carrie. Okay, he's going to, whatever, if you're in his path and you're on the wrong side, you're going to die. And see, now that I think about it, it brings some information to my mind how they use pig's blood. For some reason, I thought in that movie Carrie they was using paint, and that's what they kind of like should have used. But I'm like, hold up, they defiled Solomon's temple with pig's blood. They cut the pig and sacrificed the pig on the altar. And you see that, so you know Christ is coming back here with straight anger and vengeance in his heart. So that Carrie thing is you know, what you could say is Mary, the mother of Christ. Christ is going to come back with straight vengeance, and he's going to be red, looking just like that, angry. Okay, now, like I said, that movie has nothing to do with this video, but I just wanted to put that out, and it's already about 20 minutes. So there you have it. I just wanted to put it out there. ISON, or Zion, S-I-O-N. You scramble it around. Okay, you look that up in the Hebrew. S-I-O-N is 7865, Mount Hermon, the peak. Then it says the summit of Mount Hermon. There you have it. So that's what they're dealing with. They know that these falling angels go towards that mountain. And see, what Paramount has done is subliminally throw people off. When you see the introductions of Paramount movies, the stars come into the mountain. They come from the heavens into the earth over the mountain. And it's 23, well, it's 23 characters, but it's 22 stars. And the mountain represents the 23rd character. See, 2323 is representing 666. Okay. 2 times 3 is 6. Okay, 3 6 is 666. That's just the way to do it. If you divide 2 divided by 3, as I said in the other video, you got that number. All right. There you have it. I didn't want to make this video but so long. I'll be putting up more videos, of course. And this is my life, and I will be doing this for the rest of it. Shalom.